What can we do?
All right, I'd like to welcome you back to Soul Conversations. It's our second installment. At this time, we're doing a top 10 of 2013. So each person introduce yourselves for me, please, and then we'll dive right into this list. Starting with you, sir.
All right. Kevin Bailey, also known as Isaac Hazel.
Kevin Freeman, aka Cosmic Cav.
Adeline, but you could call me Addie.
Chris Norlington, the king of vintage.
All right. King of Vintage. Like that.
Yeah.
Jumping right into this list, we're going to start with number 10. Number 10 was your personal selection from your list. Tell us what it is and why.
I picked the LeBron 10 Court. The reason why is because I thought it was a very good shoe. It was designed well, and the technology they used was a great shoe.
All right, perfect. Number 9 was your selection.
All right, I took Air Jordan Premier 1s. It was just a beautiful shoe altogether, very clean, just classy. You could see it on anybody's foot.
All right. Number 8 was actually my selection. Born in Pontiac, Michigan, so I had a lot of love for Detroit. Burn Rubber Reebok Classic Spirit of Detroit shoe. Uniquely designed, very clean, dope shoe for the year. All right. Number 7, Benjamin.
Yes, sir. For number 7, I picked the U-Big times New Balance 1600 times Goodwood collaboration. As far as the Benjamin is what it was called. I think they did an excellent job with the Goodwood, with the box, with the shoe. Me being from DC personally, a New Balance on my feet is going to be great. But if I had to go out of my norm and get my swag on, that New Balance 1600, the Benjamin, was definitely a legitimate release and great package shoe.
Okay, like that. Number 6 was actually a shoe that we debated on a little bit. It wasn't a personal selection. We had to narrow it down to this shoe, but it was the Adidas Pro model, the Big Sean edition. I know that was on your list, but anybody care to comment on why that's there? It's a solid shoe. It's Adidas. We had to give them some love in this list. Keep it well-rounded.
Just think overall, man, that shoe historically, it's elegant, but it's funky, it's hard, but it can be slick and sleek, and you can wear a suit. Like every material that was used in that shoe for it being all black, I think that collab with Big Sean did enhance that shoe times 100. So everything that's right with that shoe, he just went up a notch with that shoe. So this is why I had it on my list.
And we take it off. We take it fit. So that's perfect. All right, number 5 was on multiple lists, but I have the young lady here explain why she thought the Fear 5, which was in the Fear pack, made number 5 on our list.
The Fear 5s were a work of art. Some people think it was bitten off another shoe, but it was just a whole new colorway for 5s. It was just the material, the quality. When you put it on your foot, it didn't feel so plasticky.
I think most of us thought it was solid.
Yeah.
And we thought it was at a comfortable place on our list. Next is an old school for veterans like that at the table, the Shaq Attack. I'd like you to speak on that Shaq Attack.
Shaq Attack, nostalgic. Nostalgic. It's a basketball shoe, truly converted to high fashion.
I like that.
And that's how I see the Shaq Attack. So
That's perfect. All right, rounding out our top 3, which is very, very hard to do. Number 3 is the Air Jordan 3 Retro Cement 88. I'll let you touch on that, sir.
With the Air Jordan 3 Retro 3s, I think that shoe pretty much re-symbolized what he had made when he had made that shoe back in '88. Yeah, it wasn't truly all the way original, but it's pretty much the closest thing that we can get now that we had back then when we came up. I know personally I had a pair of 88s when I was 7 years old, so that's why I love that shoe myself.
I wasn't born until 90, so I don't remember.
And with all of those soles disintegrating in the shoe, it was good to have some Nike Air that you can wear crisply and comfortably,
Yeah.
and not have to worry about that falling apart.
And I will admit, man, when I first saw the pics and then when I knew it was going to be a reality, just from my childhood, I had so many stages. And I remember me in my hot top fade, and I remember me watching Kid and Play getting funky. You know, one had the black cements, one had the white cements.
Right, the white.
And it's the first time in over 25 years you can see that Nike Air on that white. And from that point, I was like, I don't care what I have to pay, what I got to do, those are coming home.
Yeah,
and I've had that
sure.
feeling about a shoe in a long time.
Number 2, I feel comfortable with it. I think it's solid. so solid that we couldn't narrow it down to just one shoe because my man Ronnie Fagg was just doing so much this year that we had to put all of his releases for 2013 at number 2 per your suggestion, and I love the suggestion. Explain why you thought that was comfortable for us to do.
As we discussed, man, Fagg was just really on his midnight star.
Yeah.
He had the Midas touch. Everything he touched turned gold. Y'all need to YouTube that if you don't know what it is. Sorry for showing my age. I wasn't born in the 90s. Seriously, but it's amazing for a person to touch so many styles, so many brands, and never miss. The Timberlands he did, the gel-like 5s, gel-like 3s, everything he did this year, which we all had our own separate number ones for him.
Exactly.
And for him to do things, no disrespect, everything he did was non-Nike. It's significant, and he deserves to be on everybody's top 5 this year, I think. And no matter what shoe you pick, the Volcano, whatever shoe you pick or colorway, he couldn't miss.
Yeah, we each picked something different, whether it was the Flamingo, the East Coast Pack, the Daytona, the Timberland, like you mentioned. We all had something different, so we summed it all together, put him at number 2. Number 1
Here
for
it is.
our top 10 of 2013 is the Air Jordan 1 Black and Royal. I like the shoe. I love the shoe because it was so classic. Granted, we always talk about materials and quality. No, we didn't get an 01 Royal or a true OG Royal, but we got a Royal High that I love, that looked great with just about anything. It was so significant because it took us back to that classic Jordan. We had the Nike on the time. I mean, everything about it was so great. It wasn't a band one. I wish it was that quality.
The
It
greatest
wasn't.
quality ever of any Jordan.
In the last 5-10 years.
Ever.
Ever.
Seriously.
Yeah, it wasn't a band one, but that Royal one was solid. All right. Well, that's our list. We encourage you to check it out. Go into our comment section. Tell us about how you feel. But with all of the shoes that came out in 2013, thousands, great quality, great collabs. I think that's a very, very solid list that we're looking at. Got some honorable mentions, but we won't mention them here. But definitely a solid list, and I thank y'all for participating in this. Soul Conversations, Top 10 2013. Thank y'all. Sneaker Bar, we out.
Cheers.